intro.
Let's get it, right? It's Heroic taking on FURIA. And these FURIA guys out in NA, they were unbeatable. No one could touch them. For the longest time, FURIA were picking up titles left and right. But here, on European soil, it has been a very, very different story. To open up this pistol, Vinny, they're glocking down Borup towards the ramp. This is the map pick of FURIA, so Heroic leaning into this CT side start. They don't have any utility. That's something that could come back to hurt them, especially when you think about the speed that FURIA like to play at. They also don't have a kit. Look at Art, by the way. He's in B. Like, he's actually in B through the market.
Baked.
That's 30 seconds in. Stown
saw it.
Does spot the player rotating back, but the bomb's already in, mate. The bomb's already got to be, and that's thanks to Art's forward positioning.
Hello, Yuri. Not ready for this, are you? Stown pushed up, and that's a 4-on-3. The plant is in, as you say, but if another pick comes the way of Heroic, this should be a clean sweep on the retake. Art's position is being measured by Heroic. Cadian is very slow to come through market. He will be the last point of contact on this retake because he knows how deep Art has likely got him, but the kills have flipped right back. FURIA in the advantage. Art not giving away anything but a jumping shot to Cadian. That is despicable, and he's going to clean up the round. Leading by example, as we so often know that Art does.
I love it already. I love it. This is exactly what I wanted. Art, thank you very much for providing us with this. This is what we've been trying to tell the people about, Hugo, for so long, right? As I'm saying, like, over in NA, man, FURIA, they've reached this like untouchable, godlike status where they just kind of rose above everyone else. And even when they face the likes of EG and Liquid, it's like, oh, they're getting rolled again, boys, FURIA. So now Heroic losing that pistol, but in with a force buy, trying to pick things up early on. I like what we see out of Stown there, right? He was getting, as you said yesterday, caught off guard by the aggression from Liquid a lot. This time, he's like, well, FURIA are going to be even more aggressive, so how about I kind of counter that with some passive aggressiveness of my own? He gets all the way into top mid and holds for those rotations. FURIA are going to smoke that mid window and now look to get themselves out. Into middle, the bomb going back through T-spawn as well. Looking destined to be an A play. I'll group up 3 in the connector, and it's a pretty heavy B lean here from Heroic. You do have Cadian in the ladder room, but not for long. As he's brought down low, Vinny once again with another opener in towards this A bomb site, and there's Cadian mopped up. Nico now with this Deagle, trying to hold down the jungle, but he can't, and now already flooding out into the bomb site. Now this has given a bit of a berth towards Tessez back in CT to get out with his Deag. Smokes are down right now, but Tessez looking to get a bit ballsy with it, trying to deny that bomb plant. Can't quite find it through the smoke.
Oh, nice shot, Art. Bit over-aggressive in the post-plant. Will that open up a chance for Heroic here in this retake round? No kit, and Stown gone from lower. Tessez with a gun, might even want to save it with no kills offered up, but Keserato takes his head off, and that should be the round shut down in the favor of FURIA. Nico could go and find that AK in spawn if he wants, but FURIA are already moving through to pick that exact weapon up. Nico's going to need some more Deag shots. Tag, nothing more. It's FURIA with a second. And yeah, be lean for Heroic, right? Bit of a force buy round. You're gambling, you're hoping they come your way. No kits either, and with them conceding the A site, once the smokes come down, they just have to respect it and try their best to get kills in a very difficult retake. Eco round now. And you'll notice Cadian's already been saving for that AWP, so we will be seeing that sooner rather than later on this CT side. A necessity to get past FURIA. Early window smoke coming down, and FURIA just set up towards B with the bomb. 3 on the A site as well. Unfortunate stuff for Heroic. They stack B on the A attack, they stack A on the B attack, but they're about to realize the error of their ways with 2 players contact pushing ramp. Tessez has a flash maybe for the mid play if Nico wants to take a shot with his 1 Deagle. It's already gone out though, and the window's been smoked, so nothing to be found. Vinny's still patrolling that A site, and look at Art. Look how deep he's gotten in B as well. If he can find the drop onto Cadian, that could just be the B site opened up.
Oh, they've heard the drop.
Oh, the switch!
Oh, no. Oh, what was...
It's a misclick.
No, that's a bit of a disaster. Cadian's been given a free AK.
Bomb's alone.
Clash of the IGLs, and Keserato's looking to get in here with the bomb. He doesn't even have teammates with him. Finally, you've got the arrival of Vinny in through the apartments. He's like, all right, Kesara, I guess you kind of decided that we're going in. And there it is, Yuri with the short wrap here in time to bail out the rest of Furia. 2 up through short, and now the pistols get picked off at long range. So they've dodged the threat that this round posed early on. The clash of the IGLs, seeing the likes of Cadian come out on top over all on the back, really, of what looked like a bit of a misclick there as he pulls out the nades. Unless he was like looking to have a friendly game of dodgeball over towards that B side. But
maybe he thought
this is neither the time nor the place up.
Sad for Tessus as well. He grabs a gun. Look at Yuri on that timing up short. Tessus was just holding for the swing, and he's the only player inside of the site. So if he gets that kill, if he doesn't turn right before Yuri peaks, maybe there was a chance for Heroic, but albeit a low economy round. And now we got the big old buy. Double orb, Stounds joining Cadian. We got a quick boost in the window towards ladder. Tessus in a great position. While he is fast, he shouldn't be ready for a player there, and he's not. Tessus, though, traded after one. Yuri receives a dink. That's a beautiful hold for Tessus to actually get that much done. But is it going to be worthwhile now for Heroic, who have to concede not only mid, but even the window? They know they're susceptible to a quick B split with the short contaminated. And he's going to back up with the AWP and the bomb. Close ramp position for Borup. Vinny still dueling with him behind the smoke, looking like he wants to walk through. Borup sees him on the edge. And a nade took down the player in ladder as well. So this is a good round for Heroic, but it's not going to stay that way for long.
Yeah, 2-on-3 is not impossible, especially when you look at the 2 players that are still left up, right? Kesarato, always so good in these clutches, and we have seen some absolutely phenomenal AWP work from Henny on this AWP before in these exact kind of situations. So, most important thing here for Heroic is that they don't give this AWP a means to get back in, and there it is, the peak from Nico. That's kind of baited in by that window Molotov missing. It looked like it was going to be a disaster for Furia when it happened, and it ends up going their way. Now they get it into the 2-on-2, and at this point, right, these are the kind of rounds now that Furia thrive in. They're going all the way back through T-spawn.
Heroic is split. It's a 1-1. It's the 2 AWPs. If Cadian doesn't go 1-for-1 here, Stounds left in a near impossible retake. There's the shot from Cadian backing up to play with his teammate. It's a good play, but there's not much time, and the open plant will be Heroic's round win, a team ace. That got scary, man. That was a 2-on-4 for Furia. They made it very close, but it's the AWPs that bail Heroic out in a round like that. And yeah, I mean, window molly, not missed on purpose, but if anything, the perfect bait, the perfect play. Going to see a lot of AWPing in this map for sure, right? If Furia do have problems, as said in that pre-match, like, they love triple AWP.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the triple AWP, right? That's something that we've seen a hell of a lot from Furia.
No money, though.
Yeah, rest assured, it ain't happening here. They're setting up outside of B, just looking to get stuck in quickly. And, you know, they've had pretty good success over here. They're going to throw down these short side smokes, looking to block off that avenue. Flashes going in. Tessa's blinded off the angle, and so it's Nico who might have to make a bit of a stand here. Kesarato deals with him into the 4-on-4. There's Tessa still holding on to this bomb site. Flashes are good at delaying these peaks and buying just a little bit more time. That's from these rotating players. Art and Henny left in the 2 versus 3, and Art once again holding that W key down, firmly pressed, looking to deal with these orbs back in the market. And it's scary for Heroic. They know that Art's going to be trying to get stuck in somewhere. There he is, missed shot from Cadian. Feeds him to the Lions. And now Borup arriving short side. That's a big dink onto Henny. That there could be enough to help out in this round. Walking in through the market is Stound with his AWP, looking now for that aggressive Art player, and back turned. He's snuffed out of the round. It does fall to Henny. Dinked up from earlier on, and that nade will bid him farewell. Defuse in for Heroic. And I've got to say, man, these retakes, these kind of, you know, ability to play out these rounds once that bomb starts to get into the sights has been looking good for Heroic. Yeah. They have a very, very good understanding of, you know, what they're going to get out of Furia in those moments. You could see Cadian misses this shot here, but he's still very, very aware that, you know, Art's up, he's alive, he's likely going to be going aggressive. Stound had the read that, you know, then he kind of, Art might taper off a little bit and not look to double dip back into the market. This is a much more convincing looking Heroic early on. Obviously, only 5 rounds in.
Yeah. We've seen, oh, nice, oh, I say nice nades. They're in the right spot, but Stown avoids them up the stairs. We've seen like 2 dinks from Heroic that have been followed up with HEs already. So good comms and utility from this Danish side is something that we know from them. Nades into B again. K-Serato is ahead of them, but he still takes a bit of damage. Supported by the hero AK of Art. Dropped by K-Serato. Bit of a team player in this round. And Art, with no utility, no flash to set him up, no smoke to walk out the balcony like last time, it's going to be a lot harder for him to get value out of this hero rifle. Look at the double con setup. Stown covering the top and middle. They know no one is out. They don't need to play window, which FURIA have been smoking off relentlessly, and Nico's got that contact under. Will Art be going in first, or just trying to play the trade game? Everyone's coming at the same time. Run boost at the top of middle. Missed shot as the run boost comes out, and now they're running towards Nico, who eats a bit of a tag. K-Serato's sprayed, but it is Art with the trade, and that needed to happen to make this round interesting. He's gotten into the window, and then dropped out. He's on the ledge, so he can reposition easily and still commit to this position, but holding on to middle instead. They force Stown back to this window. He can also watch the cat play, but FURIA coming in through con.
Ooh, they run him down, and Stown only with the leg shot. Now, he does get away. He does get out of there, and that's going to allow Borup a little bit more time to swing from CT. He's dealt with the rifle in Art, and Katie in there to silence Yuri. 3-3. This double AWP setup of Cadian and Stown has been a bit of a reoccurring savior for Heroic, right? Always good for a couple of kills between the two of them.
It's nice to see Stown playing well as well. You know, like he got 8 kills in the first map of yesterday's series. Already has 7, and we're just 6 rounds in. So yeah, it's a far better showing from a guy that we know is a huge key to Heroic success, a huge piece of firepower for such a young player as well. Oh, dear, missed window smoke. That's a problem. Cadian picks up Henny right out of the gate. There was no molly on the smoke to even disrupt it. It was just thrown the wrong way by FURIA. Couple of problems here that are already showing, and Art tries to cross connector. He gets punished. Nico and connector again doing the heavy lifting. It's Vinny getting out into the A side with a smoke to try and cross towards default. He's going to go the other way round. Cadian receiving a close peek soon. K-Serato trying to hold mid, but the flashes are good. And here's that close peek that doesn't work wonders. Yeah, nice round for Heroic. Nico and Cons looking really good. Not fearful to swing into middle with the flashes to find FURIA setting up. And with another bit of missed utility in the window, far from perfect for FURIA.
I've got to say, right, like, miss utility, that's not the kind of stuff, you know, consider we've seen it a couple of times now. Not the thing that we're used to seeing out of guys like FURIA.
Nice.
Nade stack's pretty juicy, but the fact that it doesn't get the kill, you know, it's all well and good doing damage, but you wanted that kill onto the AWP window. Now, maybe Hetty can get it, but underneath that smoke, Nico's peering in. And Heroic are on to 5. I do think with Stown looking this good early on, that certainly is going to bolster this Heroic firepower.
Yeah, and Nico's fearless right now, man. He is taking every mid-fight he can, flashed or not. Stown is often setting him up from the short side with utility. And Nico just chasing down those last players. Even Tessa's pushing the top of middle. The nades may be good, but they don't kill the AWP in the window. And Tessa's kills 2 out of 3 of the top mid players. Doesn't spot the third, hiding behind his teammate. He just takes it at face value and gets traded. But yeah, I mean, trades don't really matter. It's still a lost round. It's still Heroic building economy, building confidence, and taking convincing CT rounds in this first half. FURIA, as you can see, went 3-0 up and have since been silent. But these have been some messy buys that we know FURIA love to go for, right? Like throwing AKs over to Art, leaving players with nothing, which, you know, sets you back in your next gun round a little bit. But if there were any team to be able to wield SMGs to good effect, it would be this roster. Stown back on Cat, but he's flashed off, running away. Yuri's on the chase, jumping and gunning. Cadian with a pick. Stown looking for more, and he's got it, but he knows there's more close. Yuri takes that trade, and FURIA still in this round. Window smoke denies anything onto Cadian. It could have been both the AWPs gone. Instead, it's FURIA trying to split B with a car Molotov. It's actually for the balcony. Tessa still has room on the car to play, and he backs up and hides, cowering in the corner as he waits for FURIA to come his way. But they decline the offer. Walking back out of B, dropping the bomb. Yuri has a great position, but he hasn't got a pick yet. he saw him.
And all this info, right, for Tessas is at least led to Borup taking up the mantle in CT, so he's available nice and quickly. Oh, but there's that little swing, that little jiggle, all Yuri needs. Rotation in from Borup. They've doubled up over in the market. This B execute is coming in slowly but surely from FURIA. They drop K-Serato down into the site, and he can look to get that bomb planted now. He's got to clear all these back pillars because they don't know whether or not there's anyone still tucked in at the back of the site, and he thinks it's clear, but Borup could deny this bomb plant. He won't get there in time, but he still gets the kill, and there's no trade potential for Vinny. Not yet, at least. Yuri smoked off at short side as well, so we're looking at Vinny to try and hold the line. Yuri's repositioned to help him out. And now it is just Nico. You called him fearless earlier on. Well, he's got to be exactly that now in the 1v2. Nico the fearless. Bomb ticking down, and he's looking for any way to try and navigate this one. It's planted for Cat, so he's going to have a pretty rough time. There's the first onto Vinny, and now just Yuri left to beat. Surely he doesn't manage this. Taps it, in with the peak. Yuri's down low, and while he gets all the kills, he keeps that mantle of fearless Nico up. He doesn't get the round. It is still 4 on the board for FURIA.
Great cover for Yuri, man. Getting up Cat super fast. His teammate dies in the process, but he gets the orb from Stound's body, and that's essentially what wins FURIA the round. He finds the B pick, getting his team out of apartments, and then even covering on the retake. Really nice stuff for Yuri. Doesn't matter that he dies. It's clear that Heroic know what's going on, and that's the worst part to play on a map like CT Mirage. They're so aggro on A. They've got players up in Palace and Ramp in most of these rounds, and so they often know that FURIA are hitting B, but you don't want to over-rotate. You don't want to make a mistake when FURIA go quiet in those mid-rounds and potentially go back through the T-spawn. Quick boost in mid. Tessis is ready, very aware for an unorthodox boost, and talking to that Palace push, it's come through yet again. Stound providing cover for Nico, and a 5-on-3 ensues.
Oh, Cadian getting ahead of that smoking connector. Makes this round go from bad to worse for FURIA, and now it is just K-Serato and Henny. They've opened up a wrap in through short, but there's still a gap that Cadian's able to peer through here in the window. Just to get something, waiting to see if players boost up, and the timing almost off. See, where one AWP's disappeared, another has reappeared in Stound. It's the double AWP window set up. No one saw it coming. Certainly not FURIA.
It's actually funny how much like they're covering each other right earlier. Stound was trapped in the corner. Cadian was playing the vent, the little murder hole, and just trading contact there towards jungle. It's a funny little double AWP duo on the side of Heroic, and right now this should be their round.
Yeah, it's going to fall to Henny. We need an ace clutch out of him. It would be something heroic indeed, but will it happen for FURIA? With 2 over at Cat, one of those being Stound in his AWP. This has gotten a lot rougher for Henny. Looks for the ramp fight, and Borup will give it over. But now, gets past the AWP on Cat. Bomb plant made available. Henny, it's not likely, but he's in with a chance, and a third to his name now. This alligator's getting off to a roaring start, and now he's got that bomb down as well, maneuvering into the sandwich, but he doesn't want to make a meal out of this round. Up through connector goes Stound, and Tesses. AWP in the hands of Tesses as well. And Henny, oh my goodness, he might be about to do it. In with the wide swing, and Stound lays him to rest. A damn good try though. 4 out of 5, and 5 out of 5 in just absolutely tearing them up, but man.
That
6
hurts.
on the board for Heroic, sadly, at the end of the day, right? That's how it pans out.
Great damage. Like, if you wanna give him credit, they're great damage. The economy's gonna be a little ruffled there, but that 1-on-5 gets far too uncomfortable. They never saw him cross default. They're nading triple for the plant. That might have put him out of the round earlier, but he takes 4 players out. And Stound keeping things alive. And these are the kind of rounds that we need from Stound, right? Like big 1v1. Huge impact. It's a really nice try from Henny, but Heroic, they stay alive and they keep their economy intact. Nico with the mid push, they're ready for it this time around. There's been a lot of that, and finally punished. Nades into middle. We've got this double AWP again, the jump into window for Art. Are they going to boost ladder here? They're both setting up in window, quite unorthodox. Flashes through the smoke to try and get aggressive, but K-Serato punished by Tesses. Art's dropped on out. He wants nothing to do with it, and these orbs are lighting up the server. Cadian won't stop clicking on his foes. And Henny, 1-on-5 he couldn't do. How's a 1-on-4 sound? Oh.
See, he managed to get 4 last time, Hugo, but not that time, right? Would have been cool. Would have been cool.
Nope.
But nah, it's 7 on the board for Heroic, and I gotta say, I'm really, really fearing this double AWP setup, right? Stout and Katie are both looking good, and then you top that off with some commanding performances from Nico. It feels like, you know, a few of these key characters who maybe fell into the background for Heroic in that matchup yesterday versus Team Liquid really are bringing the heat here and now versus FURIA. And that's the thing, right? No one wants to lose this best of 3. You're gone. Your whole reason for being here essentially draws to an end. Fast B play, and Serato, leading the charge with a double. Tesses and Stown toppled inside of B. And that's an immediate save, right? There's no coming back from that one. That's a left and right hook from Serato that has absolutely KO'd Heroic in this round.
Yeah, and now the value of that 4K from Henny shows up, right? Because Heroic have to save. If they kept 5 alive in that 1-on-5, maybe they'd have a little more money. Maybe they'd give it a look in, and who knows what FURIA would provide for them. But yeah, this is the right call for Heroic. Great entries from Serato. Stown, you could see he knew it was coming, right? First time he's posted a B out of spawn with the AWP, and he even takes a wallbang shot and drops off immediately as he can see the flashes coming over. Nothing he can do, though. Great utility. FURIA, they had 2 AKs and a couple of flashbangs, and they fully wiped Tesses on Cat as well. There was just no chance. Look at these entries. Tesses can't see a thing. Stown with a missed shot, and it's going to be Serato getting it all done. Stressful stuff. Always is playing versus FURIA. Stown's learning the hard way, but it's still a good lead for Heroic by 2 rounds, and buying back in. AWP for Henny now as well. We've not really seen this T-side AWP for FURIA, so it's about time. Ooh, heavy mid-control for Heroic. They've dropped 3 players into window. The smoke has come down, but they're boosting into Cat again. And Art, once again, aggressive and fast up into this position.
He certainly got their attention, right? And that was kind of the whole idea behind that for Art. He had 3 players looking into middle, and that's given a lot of room for the rest of FURIA to explode out Palace. Vinny's gutted, man. He had a chance there to deal with Nico on stairs, and missing that opportunity could have actually just cost FURIA dearly, as it's allowed all this utility to come in, slowing down the push from FURIA, allowing the rotations for Heroic. Nico is blind as ever, though. Second time around, he's not so lucky. It's Art to deal with him. Bomb plant coming in, and through the smoke, Tesses, in with a double. Quick as you like. Can he get any more? Serato's even hanging around, sniffing about for this trade. But Tesses has been a bit of a beast thus far. This is a little jiggle battle. Wiggle, jiggle. Who's going to do it? Who's going to win it? Henny gets out Palace in the meantime, but these two are still wiggling. They're just got feet down in the connector. And there it is, Serato bringing us into the 2-on-2. Henny silencing Stown. And it's Cadian having to make up for the loss of his AWPing friend here in the 1v2. Out for revenge, but there's no time for it, sadly. 6 on the board for FURIA, whether Cadian likes it or not, and he doesn't survive with that AWP.
Well, neither will Henny, so swings and roundabouts, right? Both teams with a costly round, but it's still FURIA finding it. Lovely little Palace pop. It's good conditioning, right? Because Heroic, to credit to them, they've had a lot of nice aggressive A setups with Borup or Nico either pushed into Palace or ramp. Well, that's the one round they don't do it, and it's because Heroic are focusing on a mid-control round. That's finally the cool. Art puts a lot of pressure on mid by running up Cat. He realizes he might die. He doubles back to play it safe, and his team just run out into that A site while Heroic are focused on dealing with Art. They've had to stop a lot of fast, short plays. So, yeah, a bit of conditioning there, and FURIA pick it up in the post-plant. Nice stall from Tesses and Connector. He gets a couple, tries to wait. Serato, great patience, doesn't take a single shot while he's jiggling, and then finally pulls out a nade on Tesses. Serato hunts him down. This is a wild game. It's exactly what we wanted and more. Rebuy for Heroic. They could be possibly conceding the half here, as this is going to be a very costly investment for Cadian and co. It's an interesting one because these aren't saved guns, bear in mind. These are 2 bought weapons. Heroic, if they read this wrong, if FURIA take A out of spawn, Heroic will just have to save these guns. They're hoping to win a round out of nowhere off the back of just 2 men. Dropping weapons over, arming their team. And they are stacked towards B to do exactly that. Stown with a Deagle and CT spawn is waiting for A contact, but nothing for FURIA. Slow and steady, patient start. Finally wondering why it's all gone so quiet. Mid is empty. And they've had to deal with a lot of progress there for Heroic. So FURIA are going to be reading into one of these bomb sites being stacked. The question is, will they get the right read? It's a perfect default. 3 in mid, 1 holding either side of the map. Vinny patrolling Palace and Ramp, and Yuri's about to get some info.
Yeah, he deals with Nico, but that baits him in for the peek onto Cadian. Now they see the AWP at B and FURIA there. They were heading that way on the back of the Nico kill. Now they go, nope. Nope, nothing to do with it. Goodbye, Mr. Cadian. And they move up through the connector. Stown is able to make this call ahead of time, however. Now already in the site, though, and it seems like Heroic are just set up to save from the get-go, right? One of these rounds where you hedge your bets, you stack the majority of players B, you got your 2 4-sport players here, and you just kind of say, like, well, you know, if they do come B, that's great. We have a chance. We can do something. Or maybe if, you know, Stown gets away with some crazy double and we kill a couple of B players and then we attempt the retake. But, you know, if this ends up happening where they just get into A, then we save and we get out of the round with this AK that we dropped in the apartments. Then we keep the AWP on Cadian and the M4 for Borup.
It's actually a really admirable call. It comes at a risk, and that risk is if FURIA hunt here. Now, they don't have a lot of money either, and so Heroic are banking on that FURIA will just hold on to their guns on A. And yeah, as you say, like, you can definitely win a round like that if FURIA just fast up Cat and try and split that B bomb site. But Heroic, even when Stown's making the call, guys are all over A. You know, Cadian's not budging. They know they've lost the round. Like you said, if Stown gets multiple, maybe they go for it. But instead, all they've done is arm Tessus with an AK and make their last round buy really, really good. That would have just been a full eco that they had no chance in, and then a buy here. Well, now, not only did they have a chance, but now they have a better buy than they would have. So yeah, it's a good call for Heroic. Risks always apparent, but rewards available. 7-7 and round number 15.
Sounds like a terms and conditions, man. Risks always available, or the parent, and rewards always available.
Please take a loan out with this company.
Look at Art down here towards Ramp, man. Yeah, nothing could go wrong for Art either, man. He's trying to take out the home alone here, as he's alone inside of this site. Peeking in, does have actually support from Vinny up in Palace. He's blindsided by Nico and Vinny. Oh, man, you had to get that, Vinny. You had to get that. That was your whole reason for being, and you've just let him slip away.
Heroic are laughing right now. That's just a free pick, and a huge one at that. Nothing wrong with the play Art makes as well. It's just coming down to that cover. At least a trade at bare minimum, if not an opener. K-Serato out mid, Henny with a pick. Cadian gets spanned down, and him and Nico are now low as a result. FURIA, if anything, now favored in this round, so it's worked out pretty well. Yuri's walking out the ramp, and Borup doesn't know, but it goes both ways.
Yuri needs to check this, man, and he's not right now. He's not showing any indication of it. If Borup swings even a tiny bit wider, he's going to get that info, and it feels destined to happen. There it is, the lineup for Borup. And now they realize a little too late as to where they should have had their eyes. Back here in CT, Cadian's now set up with the AWP as well, so life just got that much harder for these remaining FURIA players. You've got Nico in window as well. They deal with Borup hidden under the Palace, and even damage onto Nico from K-Serato. It's another one of these impossible-looking rounds that FURIA have gotten close, but this time they need to get it across the line. It's Stown and Cadian, that dynamic duo that have been up against it all half long, looking to do the damage again. Fake plant for Hetty. He's got 5 seconds. He needs to get that bomb down, and instead he's swinging for fights. At the end of the half, we're very, very close, but Heroic narrowly holding this lead. FURIA on their map pick. Do not want to fall behind. Stick around for this second half because it's back after the break.
Nights turn into days, one by another. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Faded as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise when everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die. At the end of the line, the trust in our hearts beating louder. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Faded as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise when everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die.
Face myself in the mirror not so long ago.
There's just something about Heroic in these games, man. They love a close game to Heroic, don't they? That's what we've seen in the matchup versus Liquid the other day. Every one of those halves, it felt like it was neck and neck, and this one's no exception. Once again, it's one where Heroic are narrowly holding that lead on Furia's map pick. Things are looking good, but now Furia move over to their CT half. Can they get back into this? The pistol round would certainly go a long way, and we don't have to wait long to get right into this.
And Nico on the eco, he's luckily enough dead immediately, so it doesn't play into it. I guess that works wonders. He expected to be tapped out by the USP, but today no trade as Heroic are stuck in the middle. Cadian out on his own, on an island right now, and they're even fighting 3, peeking in with Henny Dinky backs out, but Art, he wants more, and he gets it. Art always gets what he wants. Double kill into middle, and Furia 5-on-3, almost no way to lose this round. They've got the kit if things go wrong for a retake. Double underplay, and Art is still running around on catwalk. They're leaning B. They're about to figure out the error of their ways. This is a big risk. Look at Furia. Caserato's pushed through Palace, and he's made the call that surely they're in apartments. Surely it's a B play. He wasn't wrong. They were in apartments, but coming out through under and boosting into window, Heroic now have the A site for free. They're going to be shocked at how easy this is for them. And the bomb's going back. They're... Oh, no, I thought they were going to walk into that B stack from Market. Luckily, they didn't. Henny's holding the flank. This is fine for Furia. They can play that full retake setup, and in fact, it can get better with Tess's trapped under and Caserata at the top of middle. What a weird round.
Yeah.
Heroic are going to call for the bomb, but Caserata could win the entire round off of 1 kill.
Yeah, it all hinges on Caserata right now, and he doesn't know that yet, right? He doesn't know how much pressure is potentially on his shoulders in winning this fight. And, oh, there it is. The bomb dropped,
GG.
And that there is disaster, striking Heroic to their very core. This bomb down in mid, Stout and Borup, they're running in. They've got 15 seconds, man. They've just got to go, and Yuri lights them up from the catwalk. So the pistol round does go in favor of Furia. A very, very weird round, right? With Stout having wrapped up through the window into CT, Borup out from the stairs as well, pushing into that A bomb site. They've got A, but that bomb being trapped lower with top mid control gain for Furia is just such a problem that Heroic aren't even really aware of.
Yeah, that's a real gamer call for Furia to just put 5 on the B bomb or 4 on the B bomb site and go, all right, either they come here or we retake as a unit. They never even need to get to that point. Nico on a Deeg, he's dropped over an AK to Cadian, who has had a great game. Look at his score, 14 and 8. very key with the AWP in the CT side, but not armed with a sniper. He's got to rifle his way to a win in middle. His team with pistols running into B. K-Serato with a mop-up. Down, finding Vinny at the back of the site. If K-Serato can't get another one here, this could be a really good round for Heroic. Cadian's late to the party. K-Serato doubles up with Tessa's tagged. Art is stuck, and he gets spammed as well, but he will live to tell the tale thanks to the cover of Yuri, and now they're just crunching these B players who can't get anything done. FURIA, they don't wait around. They don't respect their opponents enough to give them a bomb plant. They charge through that market, and they take every single kill. Cadian's mid-control goes nowhere, and he just shows up to an empty bomb site full of his teammates' corpses. Round 3 AWP. All right.
And hopefully the first of like many to come, right? Like we've seen in NA, FURIA love triple AWP in this CT side. It's wild.
Yeah, often it
normally
felt
that's
like
reserved for like, you know, if things,
we're losing.
if things
It
are
does
going a little
work.
wrong, they bring out the triple AWP, and you don't want to mess with the FURIA triple AWP. Bit of util going into this A bomb site, but Art's heard some feet. He's down here in lower, and he's looking to farm them up.
The jump, man. He gets 2. He still wants more. Art never
Cadian's
knows.
got long old bendy arms. How's he managed to get his hands on that M4?
He got boosted.
He didn't get boosted, he leapt up and grabbed it. He must have landed on the windowsill. Doesn't matter, because K-Serato's like, give that back, you little thief.
Yeah, Art never knows when enough is enough. It feels like he gets 2 kills, like that's great. Like you drop the bomb, you really screwed the round, and then he jumps on the ledge like, I'm gonna kill everyone. So yeah, that's it's fine. It's an eco, but either way, just one you gotta get under wraps before you get into the gun rounds. Easy does it. AKs are out. Double AWP as well. Every round that builds, we add an AWP to the roster of FURIA. Soon, there'll be far too many.
Oh, Henny dropping this lower smoke, trying to fight from lower, but they're aware. They know that, right? Oldest trick in the book, dropping that little lower smoke. They spam it, and Henny's on the receiving end. Art pushed into the apps with his AWP. Combat AWPing taken to the extreme, and it does come back to hurt FURIA. This round is already looking like a save. And perhaps worse than that, you've armed Heroic with all the AWPs they would ever need, and then some. Look at that, Cadian's picked one up. He's like, yeah, I'll take one of these. And it's buy one, get one free day, because there's also one down in the lower tunnels if they wanted to go for it.
Yoink.
Vinny's leapt down to get it out of there before Heroic can get their little hands on it.
I don't think they want a double T-side AWP.
No, no.
That's a lovely round for Heroic. Art, man, he gets super unlucky in apartments there. He misses a bunch of timings. He dodges the flash. In that timing, Stown crosses. Art tries to check Stown knowing, and then he gets re-peeked from deep. It's like, oh, doesn't get more unfortunate than that. He needed to get a kill and bound out, but with a 5-on-3. We saw a similar round for FURIA in the T side where K-Serato double entry B, and immediately Heroic to go, yep, save. And that's the same story here. There's not a lot you can do about it if your anchors get nothing on that B bomb site. But it does at least allow FURIA to rebuy in this round, right? Just come straight back in with that AWP that was saved. Who takes it is the question. No double AWP today. So Art is gifted that weapon, and Henny on a rifle instead. 10-9, close as they come. Who will run away with the win?
Oh, they're going to boost up Art this time. Still with the aggressive apps hold. Still keen to go for it. That last round has not deterred Art. Oh, there we go. This time it works wonders. He dodges that flash. Stown's mopped up, so a man advantage taken. That's what Art was looking for, right? That's the kind of opening he wanted in that last round. And we know how mobile this guy is. Well, it's no exception when he's got the big green in his hand. Oof. Great nade to Borup. And a re-smoke down in top con, just as the real middle finger to Heroic. They're now stacked up here in connector, waiting for that to fade. The bomb's still in back apartments. That there's on the back of Nico. Doesn't seem like this is going to fall into a B play, right? There's not really enough players there. You do have Cadian that can try and get down Cat. Art's heard him though. He heard that little jump, and Henny's waiting for the CT swing. It's actually Cadian to bail his teammates out, but that's where Art swings in with that kill, looking for even more. And he spotted this player in A. Now that's actually led to Vinny leaving this B site. Nico has hit a great timing to deal with these short players. He's in a 1v4, but no one's looking his way. There they are, there's the lineup, but it's Vinny with the turnaround to get it back under control. FURIA hold on, they get 11 on the board. Nico, he had a real shot, he had a real chance to get that double. And sadly, the fact that that first tap onto Vinny misses, and he's got to commit to the spray, gives Vinny enough time to readjust.
Yeah, I'm surprised they actually don't even make that call, because right before Nico jumps out apps, Tessis runs backwards out of ramp, and someone kills him. The call could have been made there, like, watch your B. He was leaving A with 20 seconds. They probably have apps, but it was all going on so quickly, and it's not a worry for FURIA to trade that frag and find another one. Art boosted again. Cadian, how does that happen? He looked perfectly poised for the pick, but Art is so quick.
Yeah, at this point, right, if you're Heroic, you're feeling like B's kind of off limits with what Art's been doing here. There's that one round where you were able to get him. But since then, all these fights have been coming up in favor of Art and his AWP.
Yeah, he holds such a tight angle that all the flashes they're throwing are completely negligible. Avoided. Takes another shot, warning his opponents not to come his way, but Stown still interested. Oh dear, here we go. Yeah, he's probably going to try and get out of there now, I hope. Or maybe he'll just tuck with the AWP and play the corner, why not? Takes a shot through the smoke, but nothing to be found. And now he can hard rotate. I think he's put enough fear in Heroic that they are running away from B, and there we go, through the spawn. Back into what is a very heavy A setup. Yuri under the balcony and two other players to draw Heroic in.
Yuri with the AK here, this is the perfect man for the job with the perfect weapon as well. A lot of attention. Oh no, it's still burning Yuri. He gets forced out. The molly, it spreads down the ladder and does a lot of damage. K Serato appearing up the stairs, in with a double. Oh, and a third as well. K Serato lighting them up. It's all left on to Borup, but he is making it feel doable. It's that third man. It's the little secret tuck from Henny. He already dealt with the player in CT. He thought it was clear. Henny kind of playing a bit of an off angle there. Still inside of the site. Is able to put a stop to Borup's little reign of terror. And FURIA now taking this lead further and further. And here's the thing, right? You think about how this entire event thus far has been for Heroic. We have so often seen versus these NA/SA competitors, them having the lead at the end of that first half and then having it kind of turn sour, turn against them as the game goes on. It happened versus Liquid. And now it's happening versus FURIA, and you don't want that to be your legacy at this event, right? If it does all come tumbling down, you don't want to think, man, we were winning in all of those games. We were in the lead. They had to be the team to come back into it. And that's how it's looking right now for Heroic.
Yeah, attack pause with a lot of problems to figure out. It feels like FURIA everywhere you go. Art pressuring B, triple setup on A. Maybe it's a mid-control round for Heroic, but they're setting up for fast smokes on this A site. Quick one going over from Borup into the connector. Henny is going to have to deal with a Molotov at his feet. Quick peek, and he gets out alive as well. What a guy. Yuri under the balcony, cleared this time around. No molly needed, but Art's playing the smoke. He's thrown one in on the bench, and he's pushing round, looking for more. Traded after one. Heroic, these trades are impressive, but they won't get out alive. Henny with a double. The lineup off the AWP, and Borup, oh dear, stuck in a predicament.
Big Borup with the deagle. Up through Khan. He's going to check for Vinny. Oh no. Oh, the timing for Borup, man. Just as he looks away, Vinny strikes. Great stuff from Henny. It really, really is. Like, you think about how deadly that double AWP between Stown and Cadian was looking in that first half for Heroic. Well, now that we get to see Henny in his playground, right, lighting up the server, looking good. I haven't seen him on this AWP that much on this CT side yet. It has more so been Art over towards that B side. There was that round where they ran the double AWPs, right? But he died down in lower, and since then we haven't seen him pick one up. Well, he's got it back in hand now, and he's looking real good with it. Heroic, they're going to try a fast B play. They're going to try and get into this B bomb site. Art has been the problem here time and time again, so they're hoping a little bit faster. Now that that AWP isn't here, that might be the solution.
Double molly's already used on B. There's no way to stop this entourage of Ts. They've got 8 Gs, but here come Heroic, walking in on the smoke. That's a pop flash for Vinny through the window. K-Serato ready. Cadian smoking off B. Flashes in. Vinny not going to swing, though. He waits for him to come his way. Oh, he's so blind. He lets him pass, and now he can stab him from the back. They line up. 2-3 for Vinny. Bomb dropped. It might be the ace, but denied by Cadian. It's too late, however. A 1-on-4 that's not meant to be. And Cadian's gone from the round. Furia 14-9. Back-to-back set pieces from Heroic out of spawn, and it feels like all 5 players of Furia are wherever you run. This is great for Vinny.
It's a nice little confidence-boosting round as well, because Vinny, you know, he came into this second half with 4 kills, a pretty quiet performance for him. We're used to seeing Vinny, like, looking really, really good for Furia. Been a little bit quiet in this game, but that one there, bolstering those stats, giving him some confidence. Great flash setup from K-Serato. I absolutely love that flash into the B apartments. Oh, Art blindsided by Borup, and there's the double up. Art and Vinny both getting aggressive. So this is a pretty dire round for Furia now. They're trying to plug these holes, but in doing so, they're digging them deeper. Henny from CT going to chime in with that AWP. And now we look at him and K-Serato left in this one. Was a 2-on-5, now turned 2v4. And Heroic, they pump the brakes. This is something we've said time and time again. They're very, very good at, right? They don't often throw these kind of rounds away. They're not going to get overzealous with it. They're not going to try and rush down Henny while they know he's the only man here, at least not right away. They group up first. They play the numbers game. That's the only advantage they've got right now. And they need all the rounds they can get.
Yeah, and look at the self-doubt that puts into Furia, right? Already leaning out of A is Henny, and just that 1 second where he goes back to check CT gives Heroic the A site. They are out, they are in the sandwich. The molly on Henny's position tries to fight through it. Gets tagged quite a lot by the flames and the bullets, down to 30. Safe smoking con to keep Cadian's plant covered, so K-Serato can't stop it, but he's deep in B and looking to save. Oh, there's an AWP down here. That's Art's. So yoink. Double AWP can be safe for Furia. That's decent. Heroic are not going to hunt in this round. This is their first T-sided round in quite a few in the last 4. So you need that money if you're Heroic. You don't want to win a round and immediately be reset up against 15. So it's very important that all 4 players stay standing here for the Danes. Furia losing to a quick A approach. And Heroic, double digits at least. It's been their T sides that have had trouble in this tournament, right? And I say in this tournament, in the 1BO3 they play versus Liquid. That was where they really had problems. Only getting 3 T rounds on Inferno after a pretty good CT side. So yeah, it's scary, but they're not done. They're not out of here yet. This is the map pick of Furia. Where do they go from here? We haven't seen much in middle for Heroic in the early rounds. We see lurkers there, but not really the full mid takes that Furia were doing, with a lot of players playing that fast cat with Yuri and Art out as spawns. Heroic do just like to default and hold on. That could be something to exploit for Furia, to get aggressive in the middle. Oh, I don't understand how Cadian's losing these battles here. It looks perfect for him, and then he just dies to a pixel gap peak.
I don't know how that wasn't at least a tag.
Yeah.
That looked dead on, man.
Exactly.
Like, maybe at the worst case, you go, oh, well, it clipped through the wall, didn't it? And so it didn't kill Henny, but look, he's unscathed. Bounced right off his scaly alligator armor. And now, down through lower, Stown and co moving in. There's a double AWP set up for Furia inside of this A site. Art with the other, homed in at connector. And with Henny waiting on the stairs, there's been a real buddy system between a lot of these AWPs, right? We saw it a lot between Stown and Cadian in that first half, and now we've got Henny and Art playing back-to-back with these AWPs in stairs and con.
Man, it must be frustrating to be Cadian right now, but he's got a lead from behind, lead from beyond the grave as he sends his T's into what looks like their demise. Art not waiting around, but he unscopes at the wrong time, and Borup has found a kill that might set Heroic up for something here. K-Serato re-aggro on the cat side, and Heroic now just down to the ramp men. If the AWP can bait them in, Yuri can get it done. Tessus ain't checking it, and he will pay the price. Re-peek from Henny, and this might be Nico's last stand here in the A site. Nice Molotov. Nade could be good as well, but it's not going to kill Henny, who's still posted, dead to the spray. Nico with a chance in the 1-on-4, and he's found a third as well, swinging for Vinny, but he can't find the clutch. FURIA, hold on. And even though it gets uncomfortably close, we've had that on both sides so far. It's a 15-10 scoreline, and it's no plant for Heroic. So many close clutches in this map, but close ain't gonna cut it. And yeah, talk about the recovery of Vinny, right? You said it earlier, he's had a pretty slow game so far. He has that big B hold on the fast play, and then he closes a 1v1 that means a lot to FURIA in that round. Far too close for comfort.
Oh, flash for Yuri into ramp, but yeah, that doesn't really work, right? Two players both hidden from that flashbang. And they hear it pop, and that just draws them in. Art's taking the scout into this round. Tag onto Stown. Not the killing blow.
The hiding, man.
Look at this, there's a little huddle of Danes up in top mid.
What is that, a flock?
Yeah, it might be a flock. With how slow they're moving, they're like tortoises, right? And I think a flock of tortoises is called a creep, if I remember.
Really?
Yeah. Vinny, they know he's in lower. He knows they're in upper. And there's also another man here ready to trade that. That Molotov's great, it forces them back. This scout on Art's done a lot of damage, but not really any kills in the round. Tessa's brought down low as well. K-Serato gonna have to come in clutch with a big old B hold. If he wants to put a stop to Heroic, K-Serato tucked in. They still don't know that he is here. Now he emerges in with the first. Trade him right away from Borup. And it's all left on to Henny, who's just going to look to save this up, right? He's not interested in going for this one. It's 11 on the board for Heroic. And now we have to see, right? Like for Heroic, the Danes, do they have a relationship with this game akin to that of, you know, another Danish company in Lego, right? Are they going to be able to build this one up, or is it going to sadly be the choking hazard that Lego represents here, right? 11 on the board for Heroic. They had the lead coming into this second half. It was looking so damn good. Since then, FURIA have just excelled, but finally you've been given a chance. Finally, you've broken that CT money, and so you've got that opportunity now to build back in and make this really competitive before the end of this this map, potentially.
Yeah, brick by brick. FURIA treading. Little indents in their toes right now. But they've still got this lead. They've still got the guarantee of overtime, and Heroic have only fielded 3 T rounds. That's the first time, or not even back-to-back as well. Yeah, they haven't found any back-to-back rounds, so that's something to worry about. Finally, they've broken the money, as said. So the AWP, the mag, and some pistols. It's all FURIA have to play with in this round. Heroic, chance to really get things going on the T side. Double Palace play, back to B. Borup holding for mid control. Oh dear, finally Cadian. It was about time he found one of these opening kills. He's often been the bearer of bad news for Heroic, but now opening up and taking Henny out. AWP secured by Art, but he's stuck at B. He's not going to leave after that pick, but Heroic certainly have, fully rotating round towards that A site that is under-defended. I say that there's 2 players here, they're just not well armed. K-Serato mollied in under. Yuri's going to smoke it for his teammate. Is that a bait, is the question Heroic are asking as they try and clear him out. Yuri getting this shot. They didn't know where the smoke came from, but Nico will finish the job. Vinny drawing them in. They still don't know about K-Serato. They think they killed the underplayer. They think that smoke was a bait, and that could be their undoing in this round.
These pistols can't afford to get away with much more, and they won't. Luckily enough, the kills come through for Heroic. They navigate that force by well, and that decision to force, that decision to keep the pressure on around that saved AWP, Well, that's one that could set this game up for an overtime, right? You live and die by the force buy if you're FURIA there. You went for it. It was looking good, but Heroic snap it back in their favor. Well, now you're faced with this eco. What does that mean? Well, the odds are Heroic are going to get a 13th round. Then you're buying at 14, and if that doesn't go your way, you are force buying into that round that could decide overtime. So Heroic, everything's there for them to try and make this comeback happen. The USPs get away with a little more damage than perhaps they should.
Oh, no.
They can't afford to get any more.
Not like this.
No! You don't want to lose to USPs. Not like this, Heroic. It's down to a 2v2 that never should have been. That might be the
Nice.
clutch nade of the century from Nico. Down into lower. Both players there, and the airstrike is in to bail Heroic out. 13-15, a lot closer. Too close for comfort, in fact.
Wipe that sweat off your brow, Denmark. It's still going. It's still on. Mirage continues. Heroic almost fall to the pistols. And nothing behind them but Nico with a dunk to do it. My oh my. That was terrifying for a second. FURIA, here's the half buy. They're actually not going to fully invest here. It's a right call. They're playing for the real guns, the big buy in round number 30. It leaves them with little in this one. Scout on Henny, double SMG of the mag. That is sat towards B as predicted, as it was last time. Art didn't get to use it though. He swapped out for the orb. This time he's deep molly. He's forced to fight out as the ramp play comes in. Art's dead at B. That's room for Stound to take, who does take a few shots. He doesn't know that there's no one else here, so he's posting for a rotate. Can't hit the kill. In the meantime, they did lose a player out on the A ramp that has been re-smoked by Keserato, who gets out with an AK-47. He had nothing in this round. He had a deagle. So that's a big kill for FURIA. Even though they trade blow for blow, they filled the gap that was B with Vinny, and Heroic have pulled the brakes for a moment.
And knowing this was only the partial from FURIA, Heroic decided to group up now in middle. Looking to keep these engagements as long range as they can. Keserato and Henny inside of this A side. The rotation's pouring through from B. FURIA have got the read. A lot of damage from Yuri. And with just 30 seconds, there's no time to change your mind now. You've got to commit. That bomb's dropped out in the open. And that's a disaster for Heroic. My goodness. Stound with the kill, but it is going to fall down to him in the 1v2. Just 22 points of health to try and keep the dream alive for Heroic up against this partial buy. And there it is, Henny locking in the victory on FURIA's map pick. They picked